takes the person whose nakedness you have, it takes a person who has trusted you enough with his nakedness. And I'm using the word nakedness here as a metaphor, not in a literal sense. It takes someone who has trusted you with his nakedness to stick with even after the garden. Understand me to this point? Because even when the garden is lost, the person can still stick with you because the person, you know the person. You know the person. Anyone you don't know, anyone you don't understand, even his plight is a mystery to you. It could look like one of his deceptions. Are you what I'm saying? For instance, a man who shows you all his account details. When he gets his salary, he shows you, or when he gets money from his business, he shows you. You know how much he has in his account. You know how much he doesn't have. When he doesn't have at all, won't you trust that man? But can you trust someone when you don't even know when he has and when he doesn't have? Because every time the belly of the lizard is on the ground, so you can't even tell when he's having stomach ache and when he's just resting. What understand what I'm saying now? I want somebody who will follow me, who will be with me, even when the garden is lost. But when you are in the garden, you must also know that you must open up. You must open up. They were naked and not ashamed. Transparency, that's what I'm talking about. You can't go into a partnership with a mystery man. Either business partnership, family partnership, or marital partnership, ministerial partnership. You can't do that with a mystery man. Because only he whose nakedness, whose transparency you have been a privilege to see that you can stick with. If I don't know you, when trouble comes, I will run. Because when there was no trouble, I still did not know you. Why several people are alone in the days of trouble and trials is that they were not open. They were not transparent. So, even transparency, that's why people who are playing gimmies, it looks like smartness, it looks like sense, but actually you are not planning for the rainy days. Because if you understand the cycle of life, you will know that after the 7 days of the fat cows come the 7 days of the lean cows. And that means in your days of the fat cows, when you still have access to the garden, you must watch how you deal with who you hope to be your partner even after the garden. What understand what I'm saying now? One, to a man that is alone, your spouse must understand your state, where you are, what you have, transparency. The principle of nakedness can defend you, because somebody can come tomorrow and lie against you, but the person can say, I know you. There are husbands who don't know their wives. There are wives who don't know their husbands. Any little news from anywhere, it sticks. Because even the man you are talking about, I actually don't know him. So could it be? Story has it that one day Archbishop Benson in the Osa was taking his bath, and Bishop Odipo came. I said, "Oh, Bishop, come." And he said, No, you're bathing. He said, "No, come. How are you? What did you come for?" He was bathing, and he asked Bishop to come on. When Abraham told Eliezer, "Put your hands on my thigh," do you know what this means? Don't let the King James confuse you. He said, hold my. You see what we are talking about. Hey. It's a serious matter. You know, don't accept it if you are not a faithful person. If you break it, anybody that opens this, when I say nakedness, you know what I mean by this sense, right? It is a covenant. If you break it, it goes against you. Don't play with nakedness. A woman went naked on the street and cursed her husband who was maltreating her, and he went mad. Because there's a law, of course, the laws of life. People just know spirit. They don't know the laws of life. They can trigger some things in the spirit. Because before Jesus went into a covenant with us, he has to play this nakedness stuff. Don't mind all those things they are drawing and putting wrap, and it's not true. The man was naked because it's a covenant. When Archbishop died, everybody deserted. It was Bishop Odeko that still stays in paying the salaries of the staff of the university, even when everybody was gone. Sometimes, one of the wisdom of posterity is that somebody must see you to the last. Somebody must know you. Are you hearing what I'm saying now? Are you hearing what I'm saying now? It's transparency. You can say, this is who I am. This principle, I played. There are one or two persons, I took them. See, this is where I lie down. In case you think this is where I lie down. Tomorrow when I start telling stories, you will know me. This is what I lie on. This is where I stay. You see my room? Know it. It's a principle. Because tomorrow, somebody should be able to speak. Because we live in a world where a lot of people are struggling. Everybody that is successful is fought. Somebody has to cover you. And sometimes it may not be from the family. I told you, family, fellowship, and which one again? Check. Friendship. One within. Because sometimes, follow me carefully, family is cardinal, but you can break into this issue of covenant with separate persons. Because I'm also going to touch covenant stuff around this matter. It does not necessarily mean it's your friend. It may be somebody from the fellowship. It may not be from maybe from family. If you can't find in the family, find it somewhere in fellowship. Someone who knows you. Sometimes you may not even find a family. They'll be so engrossed with the past of you that they can't open up to who you are. Do you know what I'm saying now? Because sometimes even take an outsider to defend you from family. Do you know that Judas was from the same family with Jesus? The same Judah. Judas Iscariot. They were from the same Judah. The tribe of Judah. But who was defending him? Peter. Why? Did he take Judah to the Mount of Transfiguration? The principle of what I'm talking about? Of nakedness. And you have to define levels of confidentiality when it's a partnership. Levels of confidentiality. That these and these are the levels to which we can open up. This one is not part of our partnership. Don't ask me about this matter. That is also transparency. It is transparency to reveal that you are not transparent. That actually, I want to open up to you. I have a secret I want to share with you. The secret is that I have a secret. And leave it like that. Tomorrow, I will appreciate you for opening up to me that you have secrets that I don't know. So if you do anything I don't understand, it could be one of those secrets. It's transparency. But it is deception to say that I've opened up everything, but still there is a. But it's transparency, it's nakedness, on that level where you say that, see, we are friends, so, but don't go close to my account. Hope you know. Now, let me tell you something. Let me ask them something. Why should a spouse hide information from the wife? Like a husband, for instance, you passworded your phone, not letting your wife access it. Why? Is it right? Is it right? But it depends. For your safety, don't eat of this knowledge don't eat from this tree of knowledge of good and evil. For your safety. Then you now think, no, I must see everything. Now, Satan has given you the fruit. Now their eyes have been opened. Because there are things that people should not know until they grow to know. Too early exposure destroys. I love my boys, but not everything I can tell them. Hope you understand what I'm saying now. There is a level of confidentiality, not deception, but preservation. Because some persons, because somebody goes into, say, oh, I love you so much, take my ATM and be using. Now, you see, we are opening up to ourselves, take my ATM and hold it. Anytime I want to withdraw, you also withdraw anything. And the person does not know that trust is a burden. So the person now goes to begin to abuse trust. Because you have freedom, not knowing that freedom is a limitation. If you give a thief something to hold, that thing that you have given the thief has become a burden on the thief. Because when he carries it, all of us know he's the one that... Is that not so? Now, so the thief will not steal it because it has been entrusted in him. You giving the thief to hold it is a burden. I get what I'm saying now? So the same way when someone now say, I trust you, hold, is a burden. When you mishandle it, what happens is that you are not mature enough to eat of the fruit. Now their eyes have been opened and their lives have been dabarooed. I'm trying to give you the balance to this. That sometimes, even as you will say that you open up, you must understand the person's level of maturity to manage that level of openings. Because any relationship that you want to sustain, you must have the person in your mind. This statement I make is a long statement. Because, for instance, if I know Chibike, I want Chibike to remain as my right-hand man, and I know that Chibike problem, is that he cannot handle money. If I want to manage this relationship, I must make sure I don't give him money because I love this relationship so much that I don't want anything to happen to it. So the condition of our partnership is money is not part of this. I'm not hiding it from you. I'm telling you that I love you so much, I'm not going to give you money. Because if I give you, and if I give you the money to hold for me, story will come in. And when story comes in, our relationship is going to have problem. And I don't like it. I don't want us to lose the relationship. So, for our relationship's sake, please, let us not go here. So God said, I love you guys so much. I want us to still have a relationship together. But these three, don't touch it. Don't touch it. I know you say you don't want your eye to be open. You say the day you eat it, your eyes will be opening. Yes, I don't want your eyes to be open on this matter. Because you are not mature enough to reach that level of revelation. Stay where you are and let me guide this relationship. Who's the to this point?